Work is underway to again reconstruct Woodlawn Avenue between 37th Street North and 45th Street North. The city says this is the final reconstruction project. Crews are working to remove subsurface soil and install an underground drainage system to address a groundwater problem that came up during one of the other phases of the project. The work will happen in 4 phases, with different stretches of Woodlawn being closed entirely or partially closed between 37th and 45th.